Hello students, I am Assistant Professor Hima S, Department of Civil Engineering, Trinity College of Engineering. Today, in this video, we will discuss the fifth module of Engineering Mechanics paper. This module mainly includes the following contents: rotation motion, kinematics of rotation, equations of motion of rigid body rotating about a fixed axis, rotation under a constant moment, plane motion of rigid body or general plane motion, instantaneous center of rotation or instantaneous center of zero velocity, simple harmonic motion, free vibration, degrees of freedom, undamped free vibration of spring mass system, effect of damping. So these are the topics included in fifth module. Of these, today we are going to discuss the most important topic of this module, instantaneous center of rotation. This topic is frequently asked in university question. So today we will discuss instantaneous center of rotation in detail. So let's begin. Instantaneous center of rotation. As you all know, the concept of general plane motion. It is the combined motion of rotation and translation. The motion of rotation and translation of a body at a given instant can be considered as that of pure rotation of the body about a point. The point about which the body can be assumed to be rotating at a given instant is called instantaneous center of rotation. It is the point at which the body can be assumed to be rotating at any given instant. That is, at that particular instant, the body undergoes rotation alone. Is that clear? So, instantaneous center is the point about which the body can be assumed to be rotating at the given instant. Is that clear? Since the velocity at this point is 0, because at this point at given instant there is only rotation and hence translational velocity will be 0. So this point is also known as instantaneous center of zero velocity. The velocity of this point at the given instant is 0, hence this point is known as instantaneous center of zero velocity. Okay. This point is not a fixed point, that is, instantaneous center is not a fixed point. When the body changes its position, the position of instantaneous center also changes, which means instantaneous center is not a fixed point. Okay. The locus of the instantaneous center as the body goes on changing its position is called centrum. Then properties of instantaneous center. There are two properties of instantaneous center. Before moving on properties of instantaneous center, let's consider motion of a wheel. Velocity at points on the periphery of the wheel is given in the figure. Just see this figure. At point A, the velocity direction is given. At point B, velocity direction is given. At point D, velocity direction is given. And at point E, direction of velocity is given. And at C, the central velocity is given. Since the wheel is moving forward, velocity, central velocity VC is always directed towards right. Okay. So these are the position of velocities at various points on the periphery of a rotating wheel. Okay. Now let's consider properties of instantaneous center. First property, the magnitude of velocity of any point on the body is proportional to its distance from the instantaneous center and is equal to the angular velocity times the distance. So, according to concept of instantaneous center, the magnitude of velocity at any point on a body is proportional to the distance between that point and the instantaneous center, or magnitude of velocity is equal to omega into distance between that point and instantaneous center. I will explain this with the help of a diagram. Just see this figure. Here a rotating wheel is given. At A, velocity is VA and the direction is given, and at C, the central velocity, direction of central velocity is given. Here, magnitude of velocity at A, VA, is equal to omega into distance between that point and instantaneous center. That is, VA is equal to omega into IA. Okay, so according to concept of instantaneous center, velocity at any point is equal to omega into distance between that point and instantaneous center. So just see this figure. From this figure, VA is equal to omega into IA. Is that clear? Now let's move on to the second property. The direction of velocity of any point on a body is perpendicular to the line joining that point and the instantaneous center. So first property gives you the magnitude of velocity, and second property gives you the direction of velocity. So according to concept of instantaneous center, direction of velocity at any point is perpendicular to the line joining instantaneous center at that point. Here also just see velocity at A, VA is perpendicular to distance between A and I. So VA is perpendicular to IA. Is that clear? So these are the two properties of instantaneous center. First property will give you the magnitude of velocity, and second property will give you the direction of velocity. Is that clear? Okay. Now let's move on to how you can locate instantaneous center. There are two cases that you have to keep in mind. First case, when the direction of velocities of any two points on the body are known. In first case, if the direction of velocity at any point, any 2 points on a body are known, then instantaneous center can be located by drawing perpendiculars from each of the velocities. The meeting point of these perpendiculars will give you the instantaneous center. I will explain it. Just see this figure. Here, velocity at A and B, that is direction of VA and VB are known. So, these two velocities are non-parallel velocity. Hence, instantaneous center can be located by drawing perpendiculars from VA and VB. Here, we are drawing perpendiculars from VA and VB. The intersection point of these two perpendiculars will be the instantaneous center. Is that clear? Now let's move on to second case. When the direction of velocities are parallel and magnitude of unequal, which means you know direction of velocity, the direction of velocities are parallel but the magnitudes are unequal. So here consider first case. First, direction of VA and VB are known. These two velocities are parallel. These two velocities are parallel. In case of parallel velocities, there are like parallel and unlike parallel velocity. So first case we deal with like parallel velocity because these two velocities have unequal magnitudes but direction same direction. Okay. So in this case you need to draw lines connecting the tail of velocities and draw line connecting head of velocity. First you need to draw line connecting the tail of velocity and then draw line connecting head of these two velocities. The intersection point of these two lines will give you the instantaneous center. Okay. Similarly, if the velocities are parallel but are in opposite direction. So see this figure. Here the velocities are parallel but acts in opposite direction. in this case also, you need to connect or you need to draw a line connecting head of velocity and draw a line connecting tail of velocity. Intersection point of these two lines will give you the instantaneous center. Okay. So this is how you can locate instantaneous center. Is that clear? It is also an important topic frequently asked in university questions. Okay. So let's discuss one problem from this session. A cylinder of radius 1 meter rolls without slipping along a horizontal plane AB. Its center has a uniform velocity of 20 meter per second. Find the velocities of the points D and E on the circumference of the cylinder as shown in figure. Figure is given. Here you are given a cylinder, its radius is 1 meter. The cylinder is rolling without slipping, that is, it is an example of general plane motion. The cylinder is rolling along a horizontal plane AB. It is given the cylinder has a central velocity Vc is equal to 20 meter per second. You were asked to find the velocities at point D and E. So here you are asked to find the velocities at point D and E. Here you have to use the concept of instantaneous center. For using concept of instantaneous center, you need to locate the instantaneous center. For locating instantaneous center, you need to know at least direction of any two velocity. For that, you need to keep this figure in mind. So for doing problems in instantaneous center, you have to know the direction of velocities on the periphery of a rotating wheel. Is that clear? So keep this figure in mind. Then comes the solution of this problem. First, draw the velocities at E, at C and at D. Draw the direction of velocities at point E, C and D. And just see velocity VE and VC are parallel velocity, acts on the same direction. So in such case, you can locate instantaneous center by drawing lines connecting tail of velocity and head of velocity. The intersection point here, O, is considered as the instantaneous center. So draw a line connecting tail of VE and VC and draw line connecting head of VE and VC. Intersection point of these two lines will give you the instantaneous center. So here O is considered as the instantaneous center. So this is how you locate instantaneous center. Okay. Then VC. VC is equal to, according to concept of instantaneous center, velocity, magnitude of velocity at any point is equal to angular velocity omega into distance between that point and instantaneous center. So VC is equal to omega into OC. VC is given as 20 meter per second. So from this equation, you can find omega. So you will get omega is equal to 20 radians per second. Similarly, VE is equal to omega into OE, that is OE diameter of the wheel, which is 2. So V is equal to 40 meter per second. Similarly, VD is equal to omega into OD. OD can be calculated by using Pythagoras theorem. OD is equal to root of 1 square plus 1 square, that is root 2. So VD 20 root 2, which is equal to 28.28 meter per second. Okay. So for solving problems using concept of instantaneous center, first you need to locate the instantaneous center and then apply properties of instantaneous center. Okay. So this is a very important topic. Please study it properly. Okay. Thank you.